For more analysis on the former president versus the NPA matter, we're joined now by legal analyst, Mr. Benedict Phiri. Mr. Phiri, good to have you with us this afternoon. Let's focus first on the issue of the medical examinations on the former president, Jacob Zuma. That was under the spotlight for a good part of this morning. And also we heard Advocate Dali Mpofu pointing that out. Tell us about the instances of the medical report, two different positions coming out, one from the military and one from the NPA.
Yes, Tammy, we heard this morning that the military doctors are saying that the former president is not fit for his criminal trial, whereas the doctors of the NPA, based on the information that had been presented to them by the military doctors, concluding differently. Obviously linked to that will be the question after this whole Section 106 special plea arguments transpires and is ended, whether, this trial will continue. If the outcome is such that the 106 is not upheld, the question is the trial going to continue on the account of the former president's health? So those will definitely come back into the spotlight at some point, assuming that the 106.1H is not successful.
The former president was not at court today. Advocate Dali Mpofu confirming that he is in Gauteng for medical reasons. But we did see earlier on today 3 witnesses that were brought into the Pietermaritzburg High Court by the NPA from correctional services to give testament to the well-being or lack thereof of the former president. Give us a summary as to how that entire situation was summed up.
Sure. We heard today for the first time that the NPA had summoned Arthur Fraser amongst some of the other witnesses to really, direct questions at them relating to the president's health state. I would imagine that some of the questions that they were intending to direct would have related to the receipt of those reports, when the examinations were undertaken, etc. So, Judge Peter Kuhn today saying that that is a matter that will stand over, and let's get on with the matter of hearing the special plea for today.
One of the reasons for this court hearing today was for the application for Billy Downer to recuse himself from the arms deal case. The allegation that former President Jacob Zuma has against Billy Downer is that he's acted in a biased way, that he's been unethical, that he's leaked some confidential medical information to the media. How confident is the former president that indeed Billy Downer is the source of this information that found itself in the public domain?
Tammy, I actually think the former president wasn't so confident about that, because we saw a change of tack today. Advocate Mpofu said, actually, it's not just Billy Downer, it's the whole prosecution that is tarnished. We must clarify that this matter is not about the recusal of Billy Downer, and so much as it is about the whole NPA having a lack of tackle to prosecute. Towards the closing of his remarks, Advocate Mpofu made reference to a case, State versus Musa, which is, the decision was granted towards the end of May this year in the Gauteng High Court by Judge Reem Stradom, which basically dealt with a similar set of facts where a prosecutor had abused their position so grossly that the accused in that matter actually brought this same very plea. But what was different there is that the judge said, well, the conduct of this prosecutor on its own is not so much that we can impute it to the whole of the NPA, and therefore the plea actually failed in that particular matter. So you can see Advocate Mpofu really trying to spread this beyond Billy Downer, because he's trying to fit it within the test that we've now seen in Musa at the end of May this year.
Is this likely to continue, and what would be the chances of its success, this change of strategy?
So the arguments have obviously been ventilated by Advocate Mpofu. We're going to hear the former president's other legal counsel addressing us on issue estoppel, meaning that the matter has already been sort of decided, which is a separate issue. But I'm assuming and I'm expecting the state to really try and narrow this issue. And really, they're going to go to town on Musa because Advocate Mpofu has offered it to the judge. And they're going to say, well, if you're going to speak about Billy Downer, it has to end with Billy Downer. The issue of title to prosecute of the NDPP as a whole remains intact. And on that basis, the former president would not have an ability to be acquitted.
Mr. Benedict Phiri, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you once again for that. He is a legal analyst.